Yeah, so this is the spot here I was thinking about flying my drone from, but now that I'm here, I really don't feel confident flying it from here. Too many things can happen, you know. I think a part of the reason is that the last drone I flew just took off by itself, and if that happened here with this drone, I don't think it will, because like I said, the DJI software is much better than the other drones. But I'd really rather fly it in a more open area, and I do know some open areas that I can fly it in, and I think there's really no chance and there's no reason to take a risk here right now, even though it's a nice day to fly it. There is a bit of breeze now picking up, but yeah, I think I'm going to hold off until I'm in an area that I'm satisfied is a good area to fly it the first time. But it's still beautiful out here, isn't it? Oh, it's so nice to get out here where there's nobody and just the breeze, the bush, and all that fantastic scenery. That's what I live for. You know, it's really difficult going through the winter sometimes, but then again, I got out quite a bit this winter, so, you know, and it wasn't a bad winter this year. It was, we didn't get as much snow, and it wasn't as cold, and we got an early spring, and we did get some really nice weather through March, and now in April I can see we have showers coming. April showers. Well, today might be the last sunny day we see for a while. But you know, that just changed recently. Yesterday it looked pretty good, but when I got up this morning and looked at the forecast, they're showing a lot of rain in the forecast for the coming week. So, but it's only like 30%, 40%, so then again, like I said about the forecast, they talk out of both sides of their mouths, so you have to sort of wait until the day comes, and that's what I do. And I get up in the morning and I check the weather forecast, not just in one place, but in a couple of places. I check the weather forecast, and I look at the radar shots and the satellite shots, because they don't lie. They're pictures of what's going on in your area right now, so you can tell if there's precipitation coming or if there's clouds coming. The one thing you can't tell is the wind, and the wind does play a big part in all the things that I do, because I do a lot of paddling, and once you get out on those big lakes with wind, it's rough. It gets really rough sometimes. I mean, yeah, me and my brother were out doing a week-long paddling trip one time up in Aubrey Lake and Winnebago River, and we were on our way back, and the weather really picked up, and we came around this point, and my brother looked at it and he says, "I ain't going out there." It was like a washing machine. All you could see was white caps, just like a washing machine. So we had to tuck ourselves away in the bush there and waited out until it sort of subsided a bit, and then we made a break for it, and we made it fine, no problems. But that's one good thing about paddling kayaks rather than paddling open canoes. The kayaks can take a lot rougher weather or water conditions than canoes can, because most of the kayak is closed in, and you can put a thing around the cockpit so that it doesn't get any water inside. I never use those, but I've never had to. I've never had, even in rough weather, I've never had any issues with my kayaks. So, and they're lower to the water too, so they don't pick up as much wind. You don't get tossed around by the wind as much in a kayak as you do in a canoe. And I know that because I built my own canoes and I paddled them for many, many years. That's one of the reasons I changed from canoe to kayak, is because of the wind. Because most of the time I paddled alone, and when you're paddling a canoe alone and the wind picks up, it's really tough, you know. It was okay when I was younger, but I ain't getting any younger, unfortunately. Although I don't feel too bad. I can still do everything I could do when I was 18. Maybe not quite as spry, but I can still get by pretty good. Yep. Anyways, yeah, it's too bad I can't fly I don't want to fly my drone here today, but I could go somewhere else today, but with this wind picking up now, I think I'm probably going to wait till a pretty calm day. because there's a fair bit of wind picking up, and I don't want to fly it in windy conditions until I really know how to control it. I don't know, I might go somewhere else today, because this is sort of a short hike here today. I'm not even doing a GPS track of it, because I've done it many times before, and I already have GPS tracks up on my blog of this area. So I didn't do a GPS track of it today. It's just more or less an introduction to the coming season, like my last blog post was. That was the title of my last blog post, the coming season. And I have so many things I want to do this season. Some big things too. Yeah, some big attempts, let's say. Now that I have my drone, I want to get up to some high places and fly the drone around on top of those high places. Well, I'll be going back up to Old Baldy. I've been to Old Baldy before. If you're looking for that blog post on my blog, the title of that blog post is Biathlon to Old Baldy. Or Biathlon, no it's not. Biathlon to Baldy, not Old. Biathlon to Baldy is the title of that blog post. And it's a neat trip up there. I said biathlon because you have to paddle across first 6 kilometers and you have to hike up 5 kilometers to Old Baldy, so it's like a biathlon. Yeah, so I'm going back up there this spring, and I have a special reason for going back up there, but I'm not going to say what it is right now. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And there's other places I want to get to too, new places that I'm always going over the maps to see where I haven't been, where it looks interesting, and you know, there's places I want to get to, and places I've been before that I want to go back to, like the Aubrey Lake area, the Rocky Island Lake, Mississauga River. I had intended to go on a trip on the Mississauga River with my brother a couple of years ago, I guess now, but we ended up just doing a trip up the Port Alliance Road, because you can get to the Mississauga River if you go way up on the Port Alliance Road, but we didn't go that far up. We just went up as far as Esker Lake, but we had a good trip that time too. Our trips are always good. We've been really lucky with weather. I don't know if my brother's going to be coming up this year. Of course, the virus affects everything, and my son wants to come up, but you know, he's got 3 little kids, and it's very difficult for them to go this far. So yeah, we just roll with it, you know, whatever happens. We don't know what's going to happen, and neither do the politicians. So take that. Anyways, I have to get my say in. Okay, let's go.